Now, if you can hear a kerfuffle in the studio, it's because we
Not
do
me.
have a... Yeah, it's not Harry. We do have some guests. Man's best friend. We've heard of guide dogs for the blind, but now Man's best friend is being used to help people with many other difficult conditions to lead a more normal life.
As you know, I have a supreme control over dogs. They are doing. In the run-up to Children in Need, we're looking at some of the amazing charities which benefit from your generosity. Today, we're focusing on Support Dogs. Wait. Good. A charity which has transformed the lives of one Leeds family. This is their story.
My son Charlie was born in 2003. About the age of 2.5, he just seemed to slip away from us, and we later got a diagnosis of atypical regressive autism. So Charlie, at 3 years old, used to be very self-injurious and would rock for about 12 to 15 hours a day and bang his head. Sometimes it would bleed, and he was very disorientated. He would scream quite a lot. It was almost like he was living in a bubble, and I just couldn't touch him anymore. The biggest challenge with Charlie has been leaving the house. Even if we could make it without him screaming and crying, just, you know, people looking at him and, you know, just not quite understanding really.
Good boy. Good boy, Bailey.
Bailey is Charlie's autism assistance dog who was specially trained by Support Dogs in Sheffield to help Charlie. When Bailey arrived, it was life-changing because essentially my son can now go out of the front door and feel safe. So in we go to Morrison's. We can go to the supermarket. We could never do that before. I used to have to rely on asking people because Charlie would just be so distressed in a supermarket and overwhelmed. So this allows him to be out walking and just being and doing all the things that we just kind of take for granted, really. It's just a complete game changer for me. So he's just a pet dog in the house, but Charlie doesn't really go out of the house without Bailey. That's almost an impossibility. With Bailey outside the house, he's like Charlie's best friend, and nobody can come close to that relationship. This morning we went to Morrison's with Bailey, didn't we, to get some shopping. Did it feel okay or scary? Okay or scary? Which? Okay. For me, I kind of feel like Bailey and I are in it together because if Charlie gets a bit stressed, Bailey helps me just by helping Charlie. So we have a really close bond as well. It's just been really life-changing for the two of us. Before Bailey, when I was kind of struggling to be out and about with Charlie, people's reactions weren't terribly positive. Nowadays with Bailey, people see this beautiful black Labrador and want to come up and stroke him. Generally, the world seems a kinder place with Bailey with us.